Hi. So this is going to be the first reading for the intuitive art reading. The art piece that I did for this one was this. Please keep in mind that my camera is kind of lacking on the colors further you get away, but it's not too terrible. It's a little bit more vibrant in person. And I'm just going to keep this right here. And how I'm going to do this is I'm going to keep that as like the overall energy, obviously. And I'm just going to pull some cards and I'm going to channel and I'm going to intuit what the message is from this. And I'm going to do it with my face half hidden because my eyes, sometimes I like to close my eyes when I'm doing the reading. And sometimes I like to zone in and my eyes go a little bit bug-eyed. So it's better this way. But every once in a while, you'll see my pretty face. Okay, so I am just going to start with a deck of cards. I won't be showing the cards for the majority because some of them have nudity on them and I don't want to get banned from YouTube. And every once in a while I will share. Maybe I'll get some kind of something to cover that up. Okay, what is the overall energy of this painting, please, Spirit? Codependency, we got the devil. Okay, so that is all I need. When I was doing this art piece, I very much so felt like it was root chakra. This is my first time doing a reading of this sort, so it's going to be a little choppy. I'm not going to over edit this, so I am going to apologize in advance if I'm like kind of over here and then over here and then over there. I'm just trying to figure out the best flow that works for me. And as I go along, it's going to get smoother and smoother. So for whoever sticks around and sticks through this video, please know that I absolutely appreciate all of your time and your compassion and for being here with me. I thank you. So when I was doing this reading, before I even started this painting, I closed my eyes and I said, okay, Spirit, show me the art. And I seen a circle in the center and I seen the colors black, brown, red, orange, yellow. And as I was moving through the art piece, I needed to include pink. So the black, brown, red was a very root level chakras. The orange and even a little bit of the brown can be the sacral. And then the orange is the solar plexus. So the root is where our tailbone is, the sacral is where our belly button is, and our solar plexus is right where our the bottom of our rib cages are. And I felt the energy there. And it felt like, if you look at it, it felt like there was a lot going on and processing and transmuting and sorting through. And I heard the word alchemizing. So it feels like for whoever resonated with this art piece, that you're going through an alchemization of fear, of maybe insecurity. I'm hearing guilt, of sadness, depression. We have the devil card here, so that could also be substances. That could also be habits that no longer serve you. Whatever it is, it feels like there's a big alchemization that's happening. And with the circle, I instinctively needed it to be more of a yellow. We got the gold, but it feels like it's almost like the gold is being uncovered through that yellow ochre color. What I get off of this is going through a transformation where you're alchemizing the energies that are stored in the lower level chakras and helping to lighten and brighten them up. You're alchemizing the old so that you can bring in the new. It feels like this is happening so that more of that solar plexus level chakra, where our confidence and our emotions and our fire energy out in the world and in our own world can be brighter. So this could be for somebody who's had a hard time with confidence and self-empowerment, self-worth even. We got the codependency, need for self-honesty, addiction, aggression, control, abuse, change. Not all of these need to pertain to those who read this, and this doesn't always need to mean addiction. But it does feel almost like there was a story that you were telling yourself, and it's almost like it kept you in this energy of holding on to what is familiar, holding on to the past even, holding on to what no longer serves you. And you're going through this alchemization of change. And this alchemization of change, it can be quite uncomfortable. Especially with this painting, because there were so many different rooms or departments, I guess you could say, or like areas that were being addressed. So it's almost like it could be affecting like a lot of different parts of your life. I also feel the energy of somebody who is so strong. And it's almost like the old story that you told yourself, or the old situations that were a part of your identity that you're transmuting and alchemizing and moving away from, or moving through. It feels like it's helping you to realize how truly strong you are and how much brighter it can be. And I'm hearing the unseen is now seen. And just for those who are watching this video, this isn't about predicting what's going to happen next for you in your future. This is something that is already happening right now. This is what you are currently going through right now. This is just to give you extra insight or information to help you sift through, and maybe even to help validate what it is that you already know. But this is something that you're already aware that you are going through. And this could have been really disruptive. I heard a couple of months. This could have been really disruptive over the last couple of months for you. And you might have even have been confused as to like what's going on or why is this happening. But it's to help bring the darkness to the light. The darkness to the light. Darkness to the light. But it's like in so many different things. So you might have, the change on this card is standing out to me. You might have gone through or been confronted with a lot of things that needed to change in the last couple of months. Okay, how are they feeling now? Beneath the surface, we got the mallard. Beneath the surface, dreams, patterns, subconscious mind. It feels like it's coming to the surface. And I almost want to say, you're looking at or noticing or seeing cycles, because that circle is really standing out to me now. The cycles, I just heard cycles of despair, cycles of chaos. And then I heard self-discovery. So there's a lot of things that you are starting to see. It was beneath the surface and now it's coming to the forefront. It's coming for you to see so that you can make changes. Dark to light, dark to light. The other card I got was the crab, self-protection, teaching others how to treat you, boundaries, fight or withdrawal. And there's one other. I'm just going to read this first. The self-protection, that very much so has a subconscious layer to it. And it feels like someone who subconsciously was projecting out patterns and behaviors that were protecting you. Maybe protecting you from something that happened in the past, which typically that is kind of how it happens. But something that happened in the past that you developed or learned to develop a wall or a layer so that others couldn't hurt you like that again. And it's coming up to the surface. It might have been there for so long that you didn't even realize it was there anymore. And it's coming up to the surface. And the change through that can absolutely feel chaotic. It can feel like a lot. And it feels like it's important for you to know, even though like this image, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on there and it feels kind of overwhelming. Like if you really sit with trying to figure out all the different parts, it's a little overwhelming. There's a lot there. There's a lot of information. Taking it one step at a time as you sift through these cycles that weren't seen before and now are being seen. Be gentle with yourself. It's going to take time. And it's not all going to happen at once. And that's okay, because we don't want it to happen all at once. When it happens all at once, it can be really discombobulating. And then the other card that came out was psychic senses, abilities, growth in the dark, pruning dead leaves, metaphorical death and rebirth, and an awakening. So and that's the crow. So what the crow and what this painting and the others that are coming through, this very much so feels like shadow work. And we can see there's definitely some shadows going on in here. And shadows are nothing to be scared of. They show us so much. And then I heard abilities. When we move through, and then I heard Dark Night of the Soul. There's lots of YouTube videos about the Dark Night of the Soul. Allow yourself to gravitate to the one that is right for you. Just try to stay away from you shoulds and you should nots, because it is a very personal journey, and it is a very deep and difficult and chaotic feeling one. But when those different layers start to come to the surface, sometimes it could feel so freeing, because you can finally see what you weren't able to see before. And things start to make sense. And it's a whole ride. It is a whole ride. For anybody who is going through this right now, big heart. If you find any videos on shadow work or Dark Night of the Soul, and it says, oh, if you just do this and you'll get through it in, a couple of hours or a day or a week or a month, don't take into account any timeline that is given. This is a personal journey. For some, shadow work and dark night last years. And I can tell you confidently that the shadow work always pops back up. Maybe not the old stuff that we've sifted through, but it does come back again. So if anybody is aware of what the dark night is and the shadow work, and you've gone through it already, and it starts to come back and you're like, I thought I already went through this, it does come back. We do cycle through it again and again. It's just we learn the tools from the first and second and third time on how to navigate them when they do come around again, and to look at what it's trying to show us, and to transmute and to alchemize, which is what I was getting at the very beginning. It was that alchemization. And this is to help you with your solar plexus. It's to help you with your confidence, to help you with anything that might have made you need to shrink that, and anything that kind of came in and isn't needed anymore. I don't want to get into the traumas and the dramas of things, because every single person has them, to varying degrees. So I don't want to pinpoint on specific ones, just the overall energy. This is a radical need to look at your choices, your habits, your routines, your patterns, and to really look at them, sit with it. What are they telling you? What is this showing you? If you were an outsider looking in, what would you see with those patterns? And we're not going to do this so that we start to feel bad about ourselves or make ourselves feel like we're a big piece of crap, or, that's not the point and purpose of it. It's to see and to keep the curiosity of, okay, I want to see this so that I can know what to focus on to move through this shadow work and move through the dark night if you are going through the dark night. That self-protection, the walls that we have, the ways we keep people out, the ways that we keep even good, happy situations out, those are patterns. Those are choices. Those are behaviors too. It's not just about substance abuse or, choosing the same type of partnership over and over and over again. It's deeper than that. It's so much deeper than that. And it feels like this is a deep dive for whoever is choosing this intuitive art reading. And looking at the cycles, like we got the circle right in the center, and that feels like that's the center of it, to be honest. And looking at all the different layers, and looking at all the different ways it shows up in our lives, and all the different experiences, and all the different choices and routines, and how it plays out in our life. And not to shame us, not to blame us, not to put anybody down. Like that doesn't help anybody. There's no place for that with us. And sometimes we do, because that is part of our shadow, and we need to look at that. Why is it that I want to make myself feel blah 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 XYZ? Shadow work is really looking at the what, the how, the whys, the whens, and then looking at, okay, what do I need in order to move through this? What do I need to release this? What do I need to do? Or what do I need to change the patterns? Do I need to take action? Do I need to make different choices? Do I need to create new patterns? Do I need, whatever it is for you? A lot of times when somebody is going through intense, I wanted to say intense upheaval, and I wasn't going to say that at all. But a lot of times when someone is going through shadow work or the dark night of the soul, they will reach out to counselors or therapists, and they can help with navigating through those waters, those hidden waters. It's like the overall color, I guess you could say, from this is orange. For me, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing dull yellows and a lot of orange. And that is our sacral, and that's our water chakra. And it's to help with movement in life, movement with self. This feels like taking it step by step, day by day, is going to be really important. And I love that I put that pink in there, because that pink is heart chakra related, and it feels like so much love. It feels like an abundance of love. Make sure that whatever you are going through, however discombobulating or chaotic or difficult, depressing, anxiety, like all the heavy energies, all the heavy feelings, however it makes you feel, that you never ever forget that you are so incredibly loved. And support is just, finding a counselor or finding a therapist or finding somebody to talk to, a friend, a confidant. Sometimes we go through the dark night and shadow work alone, and we prefer it that way. But if you get stuck and you need like a little boost, a boost of love, reach out to somebody and just allow them to shower you with some love. Sometimes when we're going through the dark night or shadow work, seeing the ways that we are loved it feels impossible, and it feels like we aren't. And that's to show you that no matter, how do I put this in words? No matter what happens on the outside of you, how you show your own self compassion and understanding and grace, and remembering you're human and mistakes are 100% part of life, and giving yourself the love that you seek first and foremost. A lot of us, we will project it out towards others in hopes that they will bring it back to us, and it doesn't always work out that way. So giving yourself that love is very important here. Okay, so I'm going to end it at that. And this is my first recording for my intuitive art, and I just want to thank you so much for being here. And if you resonate with this, you are loved. You are not alone.